Are we back, Jack?
I seem to be having some problems, Kevin. I don't know if you can hear me or
Yeah, I
not.
can hear you. We seem to be having some technical difficulties. I stopped the stream for a moment. I have the broadcast app up, and everything seems to be fine. Bitrate's good, no dropped frames. So not sure what's happening. I stopped it for a moment and reduced the resolution a little bit. We'll see if that helps. We are on board with Greg Myers right now, P7. Looks like Parsons, P4, Moses, P3, Houston, P2, Taylor, P1 up front. Jack, do you copy?
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, it looks like my ping at the moment's a little high. Sorry, viewers. Not sure what's going on there. Could be something to do with my excellent stream quality.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I was having some problems there for a second, Kevin.
Yeah, I think that might be on my end. Something to do with the internet. Like I said, I lowered the stream quality a little bit and restarted it, so hopefully that'll sort things out. Apologies to all the viewers out there. Hopefully everything is better now.
Well, we're back at you there, but a few technical difficulties I was having there. I wasn't sure what was going on, but it looks like now we got what the heck happened with our race leader?
Taylor, well, we missed that clearly. Well, no, he would have had his first pit stop, I believe. So it's lap 12. He was on the soft tire. I think he went into the pits. He's given up that lead, and he's going to start working through some drivers.
Well, there you go. Sorry about that, folks. We can't be 100% all the time, but you just have to settle for 99%. So that's what you get here at NAGP. Nothing but the best.
Yeah, last minute broadcast change and trying to get the settings right. Like I said, everything was looking silky smooth on my end until it wasn't. So sorry about that, viewers and drivers.
So I take it Moses and Parsons are both going to stay out on a one-stop strategies.
Yeah, with the medium tire, that seems to be the plan for those guys. One stopper on mediums. Moses with a 6-second gap to Parsons at this time. Miller was on the soft tire as well, so he's likely pitted, dropped back a little bit. And
well, I don't know. Yeah, has Miller pitted?
You know, with the connection issues, it's hard to say. Let me pull up his.
No, I don't think he has. I don't think Miller's pitted, but he might be able to carry those softs. He has no ballast on board, so he might be able to carry those softs through.
Yeah, Taylor's definitely pitted. Lap 12, he had a 2:11, so he has pit from the lead. As you suggested, Miller has not. All his laps in the 32-33 range, some a little bit off, so he stayed out. Some other, just to catch up on pits. For the front runners, yeah, it looks like Houston's pit and Taylor.
Yeah, so those two guys are on a two-stopper. Oh, we know Wathen's pitted because he smashed his car up pretty heavily, but he's still going to have to come in once more time.
Well, Taylor coming up on Greg Myers. Clearly Myers on the one-stop strategy. Probably not going to give him too much of a fight. See if Taylor can get by and keep the train rolling.
Lickety split. So Taylor is only, 10 seconds behind Parsons, and already got a pit stop in the books.
Yeah, with the pit window for Moses coming up, you're thinking about 4 laps or so, and Taylor having to pit again. Moses looking very good up front with an 18-second gap to Taylor. Not sure how it's going to play out at the end.
And Taylor's got another stop to make.
Absolutely. Moses still looking
because
very clean. Car looks good.
don't think he could do a 13 and a 21. I don't know how many laps he got in the tank in this thing, but I don't think he's going to be able to do a short and a long.
Yeah, 21 I think would be pushing it with a 200 liters tank. Not exactly sure on the fuel consumption, but you would think with these high speeds it's fairly high.
Geez, the guy who's having a great drive out there tonight, Kevin, is Joel Ekman.
Absolutely.
He's sitting in P5 right now.
Sitting in P5, car looks good. We're checking him out now. Doesn't look like there's any damage. Everything looks good. He's got the medium tire and that one-stop strategy going. He can keep things clean. This could be best finish for him. I think he finished P6, P7 range last week, and he's sitting thereabouts now, a little bit better.
Yeah, Miller's had one bad lap in there. That's put him back down to P7. And Dale Ballweg, he's having a great race at P8.
It looks like Miller has made his pit stop. So he's likely pushing the one-stop strategy on the soft tire. It's got to be very difficult to keep that car under control late in the stint, but I'm sure he's done his practice and he knows what he's doing. And not too many close battles on track right now. Cars certainly spread out. It's going to come down to strategy here, as we talked about. Moses still looking very clean. 32.4, 32.6, 33.2, 32.3 his last 4 laps as the fuel burns off.
Yeah, he's getting him down into the 32s. He was up his highs running 34, so he is definitely liking the lighter fuel weight right now.
Yeah, Parsons in the 32s as well. His last 3 gap stayed about 6 or 7 seconds for those 2 guys. Moving on to Taylor. That gap from Taylor to Moses has stayed right around that 18-second range. So lap times for these guys are about the same between Taylor and Moses, different strategies, and got to think that's looking very, very good for Chris. It's amazing considering the weight he's carrying.
Yeah, P1 and P2, Moses and Parsons, 60 kilo and 50 kilo, so that's quite the baggage. But you know what? With the lighter weight there, Taylor may be able to close up these gaps.
Well, that's the thing. I've been watching the gap here on the monitor, and it stayed about 18 seconds for a couple laps now. We'll see if he can. Maybe he's had some traffic to deal with. Maybe he can get some open air here in a bit and put in some burners and start narrowing that thing down.
Well, back down around P8, P9, Dale Baywig and Mike Monahan. Looks like Mikey Monahan's putting some pressure on Dale.
Yeah, I wonder if this is for position or not. It's definitely for position, but definitely different strategies. Monahan on the soft, Ballwag on the medium. Looks like Dale just lets him go by.
Yeah, Dale has not pitted yet.
He has not. Monahan looks like he pit back on lap 13. Fell back behind, just getting that position back from Dale. Jump back to Curtis Chandler. He has David Zahn coming up on him. Looks like another couple guys with different strategies. It's going to be hard to figure this thing out until we get later in the race, see where these guys are really at.
Both these guys have pitted. One on lap 13, one on 14. So this is for position here. They're both on similar strategies.
Yes.
Although Curtis Chandler on softs and Zahn on medium.
Yep.
Down that back straight, Zahn's right on the limiter all the way down.
So Zahn's going to cruise by Chandler. Open up a nice gap.
Good on Curtis.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, not to press the issue. I mean,
Parsons
you
is
gotta
in
know
the
when
pits. Parsons gets an exit.
rolling again.
I think that gap heading into Moses was about 7 seconds. We'll keep an eye on that as Moses tracks around and likely pits here in the next lap or two. Moses coming through the parabolic, and now we'll see if he's going to bring it in. Gap to Taylor in about 5 laps. Went from 18 seconds to about 16 and a half. Taylor's going to need to pit again. Moses will not after this. This is looks like a very clean entry. We'll see if we can get a good exit and some clean air.
Yeah, Taylor's just going by pit exit.
Myers will slide into P2. He's yet to pit. Ekman heads by.
Go, Joel, you're running in P3.
Moses going to come out in clean air.
Yeah, Miller pitted on 14, and he's coming out behind Moses.
So Parsons with a very large gap to Moses now. He must have had a very long damage repair. Not sure if or some other issue that we have missed. The gap from those guys is about 7 seconds. Parsons now 23 seconds behind Moses with traffic in front. So certainly a mishap, likely a damage repair, but there could have been something else that we missed as he was going in.
Yeah, well, we know Parsons took some aero damage in the beginning, but we'll have to wait till Moses comes around. We'll take a look at his pit time. Yeah. Aaron lost 13 seconds to Moses in that pit stop.
That'll kill your chances when you're sitting 6 or 7 seconds back, and you just need maybe a little bit of bobble from the guy in front of you to make up that ground. And next thing you know, you're 22 seconds back. That's the definition of a bad pit stop for sure.
Geez, very interesting here. Joel Ekman. If I'm not mistaken, I've got his lap times up, Kevin, and I don't think he's pitted yet.
I think you're right. I've just pulled him up myself so the viewers can see. He's running 33, 34, 32. So he's running good laps, and he's 19 laps in without a pit stop on the medium tires. He may be one of those guys going for a medium soft, and looking very, very good for Joel.
Yeah, this is a great... And he's pulling her in.
Yeah, here he goes. Houston behind comparatively. He's pit lap 12, so Houston's got to pit again, and Ekman's got a gap to him. So these guys will be racing for position after pit stops. We'll see what tire Ekman chooses to come out on with 14 laps to go. Amazing drive for Joel.
Miller just took Chris Moses on the Parabolica.
Oh, Miller
Whoa!
Loses it under acceleration coming out of the first chicane. He has, let's see, he was late into his stint. He had pit lap 12, so his softs were wearing down a little bit. And likely a little bit aggressive out of there, and these cars can get away fast, as we've spoken about.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is he was getting ready to pit anyway, and he can get back in there, get that damage fixed, and try to complete the race without having to do an extra stop. Myers and Robbins very close on track.
They both pitted in lap 20. So are these guys now? Myers is back out on softs. Ryan's out on softs as well.
Yeah, I got Myers on mediums and Robbins on softs.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep.
You're right. I got Myers on a one-stopper though.
Yeah.
So Joel Ekman came out on the softs. Yeah, that's interesting, eh? The car's going to handle differently with a medium tire and a heavy fuel load to a soft. So good on you, Joel. You must have put in some good practice time, and that's dedication for you. Way to go.
Absolutely, well done. We'll keep an eye on him through the remainder of this race. He was sitting P2, had about a 2-3 second gap to John Houston. Houston will be pitting again soon. We'll keep an eye on that, see where these guys come out in relation to each other. Taylor now with a 39-second gap to Moses, needing to pit one more time. They should come out fairly close as well. Be another fun battle to watch. Miller, after that off, doesn't look like he's pit. He's still got a mangled front wing. He's going to stay out and stick to his normal strategy. Lost about 7 seconds due to that incident. Robbins gets by Myers on different strategies.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but by the time all the next pit rotations, and we're getting up to them, they're coming up soon to them, it's going to be Moses out in front and Parsons once these guys get through their pit rotations.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a
Taylor,
battle at the end.
I've got him.
Yeah,
Taylor's got another stop to make.
Yeah, it seems like 40 seconds is about the the pit delta around a lot of these places, but here at Monza, the cars come out of the Parabolica so fast, it could be a little bit less. We'll see, or a little bit more. We'll see how that goes.
Very astute, very astute. Yeah, I'm looking at anywhere from 38 to 41 seconds for the pit stop. Although we did see Parsons took about 13 seconds extra for that damage repair. So good note to make, you guys. You can't take the damage and get out of the pits in a timely fashion.
No, you cannot. So Myers and Zahn side by side. These guys both on the medium. Zahn will get by, looks like without a fight. Greg, the self-proclaimed entertainer, is letting people slide by. It's a magic trick.
So Houston in the pits.
Houston in the pits. We'll keep an eye on him coming out in relation to Ekman. Well, Ekman has not reached the Parabolica yet, so we'll have to check out these lap times from the two guys and see if something happened to Ekman maybe on an outlap to cause him to lose 14 seconds.
Yeah, interesting. His lap times are looking, you know, he's got one Pucci one on 136, but you know, that was before the last stop. 134, so he's running decent lap times.
Yeah, he had a 38 before his pit. His pit lap was a 2:17 and then a 36. We'll check Houston in a moment.
Taylor in the pits.
Taylor with the fastest lap of the race on lap 23 with a 31 flat. Very impressive.
Moses coming around Parabolica. Taylor just exiting.
Yeah. Taylor's going to have a nice, healthy 7-second gap, looks like. Taylor, after the pit rotation, will lead Moses in P2. Miller into the pits from P3.
Monahan's in the pits.
Yep. Parsons will take P3 without pit stop remaining, so it's going to be Taylor, Moses, Parsons with pit stops complete for those guys.
David Zahn up to P5.
And just switch to
sorry,
him.
David. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Gotta stop doing that.
Yeah. Sorry, David. Well, it's tough. I know he had some damage early. He made it. Let's check. He pit lap 14. He's on the medium tire. He's put in some very good laps. 31.7, 32 flat, 33.4. So he's been moving at a nice clip. But coming out of those chicanes with low downforce with these cars and that turbo, it'll get you really, really fast. I know firsthand. Believe me.
Yeah, you know, there's no pedal to the metal here. You know, with these turbos. Gently apply, you know, the power, but as quickly as you can get the grip.
So let's see. Zahn will sit in P8 then. A little bit of front end damage. Rear wing looks okay. See if he can just settle in and try to get a good finish. Got a nice gap back to Monahan, so shouldn't come under too much pressure for that P8 position after that incident. Got a nice stack up here, potentially in the works with Myers P5. Ekman a few seconds back, P6. And Miller just behind him, P7. Ekman Miller on the soft tire. Myers certainly on the medium. I think Myers has been running the medium all season long.
Zahn into the pits.
Well, that is going to cost him some positions, but maybe better.
No, that's about right. He came in on lap 14, so
Okay.
this might be not too far out of expectation. Got a couple of poochy laps in there, a 149, a 146, but had a couple of bad laps. But all in all, he's put in some decent times. Good race day.
Excellent job.
But you know, as we mentioned it off air in the chat room a couple times before, we seem to catch all the accidents, guys. So you make a mistake out there, we got you live. NAGP TV.
I'm sure I missed quite a few things.
Miller running down Ekman
when the internet was on the fritz, but we're back clean now. Yeah, on board with Miller running down Ekman, as you said, Jack. Sorry to step on you there. Miller's best lap tonight, 31.8. Ekman, 32.9. Suggests Miller be able to catch Joel here a little bit, but as we've seen, plan doesn't always work out with these cars, so it's going to come down to some driver skill and execution.
Yeah, and just as a little FYI, it looks like David Zahn's got it collected back up again. And, you know, he's turned in some decent laps, 31.7. Chasing down Curtis Chandler, whose best lap tonight is 134 flat. So David Zahn looking to put her into the top 10.
So Miller, a little bit of gap to Ekman. Ekman closing in on Greg. All these guys looking for a top 5 finish. So there's a fight for 3 guys for the top 5. We'll see if Myers puts in defensive performance.
Just as another FYI, a couple of our more colorful characters back there, Wathan and Carter, mixing it up, duking it out there, and both of them put it into the gravel trap, knocking each other off the track. So looks like they're having fun back there. Carter at 13th, Watson now at 15th.
Yeah, looking at Carter now, Burke, Burke just behind, took a little peek at Ascari, but thought better of it. Back up to Myers, Ekman, Miller as they come down the front straight. Taylor extending his gap up front to Moses. Ekman looks down the inside, but slows it down, keeps it together, is going to look for another opportunity.
Yeah, you know, at 28 out of 35, no time to rack a P5 finish.
No.
And it looks like Joel might have a little bit of pace on Greg, so he'll pick his spot.
Yeah, I think you got to wait and get a good exit from one of these corners. Wait till you know what's going to happen. Kick in a little bit of turbo, get by, but don't want to force it into a tight chicane like that. Miller picking up some ground to these guys as they jostle for position on track. Greg Myers, a man that searches the depths of the internet for obscure Japanese music videos, lets Joel Ekman slide by. Maybe not lets, but Ekman with a little more pace, different tire, and the turbo earns that position.
Well, not far behind him. You mentioned him just a few minutes ago. Kevin Miller watching that transpire up ahead as Meyer takes taking another look and keeping Joel honest about it all, but Miller closing the gap quickly.
Absolutely, we are watching these guys. Looks like Miller's got some front end damage. He had, check out his lap times, pit on lap 25, and had some decent laps. I'm not sure if he had a little contact with somebody or he chose not to fix aero damage, but the front wing is askew.
Another little battle going on farther back, just as an FYI, is Peter Burke and Chuck Carter. Peter cannot find his way around Chuck. I've been on board watching him. He has looked outside. He's looked inside. Chuck is not making it easy for him.
Yeah, both guys on the softs. Peter looking at Ascari again, but no opening. Miller slots by Myers, coming down the back straight towards the parabolic. Again, guys on different strategies, different tires. Ooh, Miller defending as they come down the straight.
Pick
Myers
a line,
taking the
Kevin.
inside.
Pick a line.
And
Greg's probably wondering, what? Hey, Kevin, what lane do you want?
Well, I think Myers did the right thing, backed out in the end, and saving the car for the end of the race. Certainly don't want to knock it off at this point and lose any positions. And sitting in a nice P7.
Well, that's a battle for P5. I mean, the three of them, Ekman, Miller, and Myers, they're going to duke it out. They got 4 laps to take that position, so it's going to be who's going to be in the top 5 here.
Yeah, Greg's a little bit more of a passive guy, though, right? I don't know if fight's in his vocabulary unless it's in playing Tekken or Mortal Kombat. He just likes to cruise and keep his cool. Maybe see if these guys can duke it out and get those positions back with a easy overtake with guys in the grass.
Well, FYI, Peter Burke finally made it around John Wathen and Carter, so both those guys have fallen back. Carter in 15th, Wathen in 14th. Peter Burke sitting at 13th now.
We'll stay here with the Ekman-Miller battle, both guys on the softs.
Absolutely.
Houston P4, about 4 seconds ahead of these guys. But Ekman and Miller definitely the best battle on track at the moment.
So as it sits right now, Kevin, it looks like PMR
Well, let's
with
see.
Moses and Taylor doing real well out there.
Doing very well. Definitely going to extend their lead. Not going to attempt to do all the math to see if they're going to clinch it. I don't think they will, because with all the points on offer the next race, there could be a disaster, some sort of mishap, but likely team championship clinch next
Miller
week
in the
after a very
draft
good
right
performance tonight. Miller's going to look down the inside. And both guys. Oh, no!
Whoa! And Myers takes advantage.
Absolutely. Both guys locked it up there a little bit. And looks like Miller had the car turned sideways a little bit more than Ekman. Hard to tell without replay. Myers now just a couple tenths off of Ekman, and hard to tell if Ekman has too much damage. on board with him. Front wing looks good.
Yeah, he's looking okay.
Yeah,
looking
rear
okay.
looks okay.
I think he was lucky on that one.
Yeah. Tires could be another issue.
Miller's got front end damage, that's for sure.
Yeah, he had that before. It could be a little bit worse now. He had some sitting there to begin with.
And just a little update, a little farther back. Curtis Chandler has just passed David Zahn to take P10. Oh, Curtis takes it off, though.
Myers gets by Ekman for P5.
Curse.
Not sure what's going on with Ekman. He gets loose through the parabolica, loses a little bit more time. Just a couple laps left. Miller could have another chance at these guys if he can collect himself.
Yeah, and that low downforce might have just turned into no downforce with his front end damage. Oh, yeah, it is. Look at that. He's having all sorts of trouble.
So meanwhile, up front, Taylor, the 14-second gap to Moses, had really a fantastic race. Fastest lap, pole. Moses with 60 kilograms. Excellent performance as well. Parsons P3. 31.5 in there with 55 kilos. Very nice.
A 131.5. Exactly. I mean, that's quite the drive down this track carrying all that baggage.
Absolutely.
So Myers is taking that P5 spot.
I don't want to say I called it, but I called it. It's just let the guys go by, let them fight, pick up the pieces. Ekman may have something to say about it. Not sure how much turbo these guys have left. It's impossible to tell, but would be surprised if they've saved some for the last couple laps here. As suggested, Miller's had some problems. He's just going to settle into P7. Take that position home.
Yeah, Joel pushing real hard, but picked up a little bit of gravel there, so he's lost a little bit of time, and Greg's taking advantage of that and is stretching it out ever so slightly. So Taylor.
Yep, Taylor starting the final lap. Looking to pick up his first victory of the season after a very disappointing disconnect while leading last week at Hockenheim. A little bit of lap traffic in front of Matt here. I'm sure he'll just ease through the corners, not worry about it too much. Make sure he's got enough of a gap just in case something happens in front of him.
Yeah, and he's got enough of a gap to just Sunday driver home.
Yep, you never know when a car is going to turn sideways, and yeah, let's ease off a little bit, bring it home. Especially when the car in front of you has a rear wing that's displaced, as that one is.
And the guy behind you is your teammate, so I don't think if you let your teammate come up behind you, I don't think he's going to drive by you for the win.
So excellent job by Taylor tonight, taking the victory. Great performance from PMR 1-2. Certainly going to get a healthy gap to the T-Brock Dam Bam, or however you say that. Moses is going to bring it home for a P2. Amazing with 60 kilos. Very nice job from Chris. Parsons is out of gas in P3. He's coasting.
Oh, no.
What? Is he...
Can he make it?
Is he going to get a push? We'll see. Is Houston going to push him home? Here we go. Myers is going to sneak up on this. Let's get the view from Myers' car for a moment. He's going to sneak by. He's going to grab a podium. Greg Myers, great job.
Whoa.
We got Houston. Nope. Houston says never mind. He's going to go and grab his position. Parsons still coasting. Miller now going to get by Parsons. Miller's going to grab P5. Parsons almost there. Can Monahan give him a shot?
Oh, Parsons finally finishes.
Come on, Mike. Give him a push. Give him a push, Mike. No! So Parsons does grab P6. Okay, Monahan will take P7. Houston knew somehow just enough to get him to the line. Ekman is disconnected, P8. I think he might have finished the race. Robbins grabbed P9. Zahn coming through Parabolica for a P10. So Robbins P9, Ekman P8. Miller after all that P5, and Myers, wow. With Houston having to push Parsons with a great podium finish.
All right, I'm going to bring Matt up in here, but that was almost painful to watch.
That was.
Matt Taylor, you're up here in the broadcast booth with Kevin and Jack.
How you doing, guys?
Excellent. Welcome, Matt. Impressive performance. 2-stop on the softs. How'd it go out there tonight?
Pretty quiet for the most part. Had the car to win it, and just had to keep it clean, focus on hitting my marks.
Yeah, after a disappointing disconnect last week, I'm sure it feels good to get the pole, get the dominant win, and really help your team to what looks like back-to-back team championships. All things considered, especially with Parsons running out of gas there at the end, dropping some positions, and Houston having to push him a little bit and losing a position himself. So, dominant performance for you guys tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's been a tough season. Watching so many wins just kind of fall by the wayside for whatever reason, and I knew I had the car to do it tonight, and just kept it clean and didn't really have to push it too bad, and managed the race and finished where I was supposed to.
Well, I know you made it look easy, Matt, but I know it's not easy to get a win here, so congratulations.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, great job, Matt. What are you looking forward to finish the season? Looks like the team championship is locked up. What's your motivation going into the final race? Just try to get one more win and make up for all the disappointment?
Yeah, I think so. I think keep some momentum going for next season, and if the team championship's locked up, then got nothing to lose. I'll throw what I got at it.
All right, well, good luck in Mexico. Excellent job tonight, and look forward to seeing you next week with Alan Brad back in the booth.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing the broadcast.
Yep. Take care, Matt. Thank you.
No problem. All right, we
Well,
got him
Jack.
out of the booth. Well, Kevin,
Yeah.
it was a pleasure having you up here tonight. A lot of fun. You know your stuff, but that's evident by the way you drive week after week here at NAGP. So
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
I want to thank Comcast Xfinity for the excellent internet service there in the middle of the broadcast. I'll be sending them a nasty email, but thanks for tuning in, everybody. Join us Thursday night, Jack and Jake, at the Nordschleife for the Super Bowl, and then next Monday, the final round for the Monday Night Championship in Mexico. So, all right, Jack, take care.
We'll catch up with you later on in the week.
All right.